welcome to week 12 of the 12 Weeks to Stronger Bones Challenge. So first of all, big congratulations if you made it here today. 12 weeks, that is 3 months of commitment to yourself and your bone health. So big well done, and just thank you for joining me on this beautiful journey, right? Today is Spice 2.0. So we're kind of revisiting the themes that we worked on right in the first ever week, and now we're doing the progressions of them, okay? So things that you're going to need for this class. You are going to need a block or a cushion just to support the forehead. You're also going to need a set of weights to do upper and lower body work. And we're going to be starting on the mat with those knee floats, which kind of we revisited in the previous class, but this is a really good way to get us nice and warm. So first thing I want you to do is just shift your weight forward and back, side to side, to load those wrists. Now, we know that wrists can be or can get uncomfortable, so it's really important just to give them a little bit of loading forward, back, side to side before we start. I then want you to just give me some very gentle cat and cow. So this really helps us to just mobilize our back a little bit, okay? And remember that we want to move with control and articulation. So even though we are rounding the spine, it's an unloaded position, and we're using it to help us control and find that forward flexion motion in a nice, appropriate way for osteoporosis. You're then going to make sure that back is flat. Lift the abdominals, float those knees off, hold it here. See if you notice a difference from now to week 1, and release back down. So if you can do that twice more, exhale. And lift. Last one, exhale, we lift. And then we come back down. Now from there, what I want you to do is sit back into a little child's pose, right? Give that lower back a little stretch and reach the hands as far forward as you can. Now we're going to be prepping ourselves for our plank. So all I want you to do is shift your weight forward onto your hands. Now, I want you to find this long line. So you can see I've sort of got a diagonal from my knees all the way out to the crown of my head. Once you're here, I want you to lock that position in. Be mindful that we're not sinking the pelvis too far down, or we're sticking the bum up. You've got to find that middle ground, and I'm dropping my tailbone down, pulling my pubic bone towards my belly button. And then we're going to sit back. And I want you to do this 2 or 3 times. This helps us to load the wrists, get our shoulders in the right position, and help us find the pelvic position for our plank. I know, guys, right? Plank, it seems scary. This is the perfect way to learn it and to feel comfortable with it, okay? So plank is important because it really helps us to develop strength through the whole body, right? Shoulders, wrists, abdominals, glutes, right? By holding that pelvic position. Now, once you finish this last one here, I want you to finish in your kneeling plank. Check in. Are you zipping up pubic bone to belly button? Is your breastbone lifted, head in line? From there, I want you to tuck one toe under and straighten that leg. So you'll see that my knee comes off the mat. Same thing on the other side, tuck the toe under, straighten the knee, and now I'm in plank, and if my pelvis was in the right position, I'm perfect, I'm ready to go. We hold it there a second. We lower down one knee at a time, and then we sit back into that child's pose. Breathe, take a second, congratulate yourself if that was the first time you've ever done a plank. And we're going to go back again. So we shift the weight forward, okay? I straighten one leg and then the other. My pelvis hasn't moved, my body hasn't had to change because I've set myself up correctly. From there we lower down one knee at a time, sit back into that child's pose. Now if you don't feel ready to take those knees off, of course, stick with the knees down or go back to your knee lifts. These are all progressions, okay? Last one here, guys. Shift your weight forward, find your kneeling plank, take one knee off at a time. We're gonna hold it 10 seconds. We go 10, 9, 8, 7, lift that chest. 4, 3, 2, 1, lower one knee down at a time. Sit back into that child's pose and take a little second's rest. Absolutely amazing, gang. From there, we're going to move straight onto our front, and we're going to work into our extension exercises, so our posture. Now, from there, we're going to move into our swimming prep. So what I want you to do, you've got 2 options for your hands. I'm going to rest my forehead on my cushion. My first position is just having my elbows bent, okay? Shoulders relaxed. Legs comfortable distance apart. I want you to gently press your pubic bone down and just start by lifting the breastbone up into that little extension position and releasing back down, okay? Now we've done lots of these in our posture exercises, so it's all about, we know, it's not about lifting that head, okay? I want you to be looking down at your mat the whole time and feeling this extension, feeling this length, right, from the base of the bra strap through the crown of the head. Now it's normal in this position to feel that the lower back is active. The lower back is working, it's helping to support this action. But what I want you to really think of is, can you really lift from the breastbone first? And then the higher that you lift, the more we use those lumbar muscles. So it's not about being afraid of movement in this. It's not about being afraid of this movement. Lots of people say to me, oh, I feel it in my lower back. Well, it's a good thing. We want to feel it in our lower back. We don't want to be overactive, that the back is doing all the work, the lower back, and we're not getting into our thoracic. So I want you to envision base of the neck to the bra line. That lifts first, and then we can lift a bit higher. Now, if you feel comfortable with this position, we're going to carry on, and we're going to do our swimming prep. So I'm going to stretch my arms out along the mat, and I'm in kind of like a star shape. I've got my hands and my legs at each corner of my mat. Now, ideally when we're in this position, we don't want to have our shoulders up by our ears because we've got no space to lift. So I want you to think of pulling your shoulder blades down your back, okay? Naturally, when I do that, can you see my chest lifts? Now, this is the position that we want to work with, and I want to anchor my pubic bone to the mat so my pelvis is still. I'm going to lift opposite arm, opposite leg off the mat, and then I'm going to come down, alternating side to side. Now, this is the hardest option, okay? So if this does not feel comfortable for you, firstly, you can come down with the upper body in between each rep and relift, okay? If this is not possible for you in your shoulders, which for many people it doesn't feel good, you can have the elbows bent and you're going to lift and lower opposite arm, opposite leg. This exercise is amazing for osteoporosis because we're working the whole back line of our body, strengthening through that spine, through the glutes, through the hamstrings, back of the shoulder, okay? So once we've kind of got into that flow with whichever variation you're doing, what I want you to think of is that we're not reaching away. We're thinking of drawing everything up into our center. We're also not rocking side to side. So the goal is that we can stabilize our center as we lift and lower. Everyone's going to give me 4 more here. 4 and 3. Remember, you can put the head down in between if you like. 2, or have those arms bent. Last 1. Release and come down. Make a little pillow for your forehead with your hands. Bend your knees. Drop the feet from left to right. This just releases the lower back and hips. Very gently. Good. And then from there, place your hands underneath you. Push yourself back up. And I'm going to meet you on your feet for the next part of Spice 2.0. So for part 2, you are going to need your weights, and we're going to be doing a tiny bit of impact. So if you want to wear your trainers, you're more than welcome. I've got a nice supportive mat here, so I'm just going to use this, but please choose what feels right for you. Let's move into our strength exercise. You're going to bend down and pick up those weights, remembering hip hinge. Now, we're going to be doing a hip hinge that we'll be working on and a squat using our weights. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. Feet are comfortable distance apart, and we rest our weights on the front of our thighs. I want you to roll your shoulders back, and I want you to think really tall through your spine. Little bend in your knees. You're going to push your hips back. Now, because I push my hips back, naturally I slide my hands down my weights, imagining I'm squeezing my newspaper under my armpits to keep my back engaged, and then I'm going to stand up nice and tall. So I want you to do a few of those for me. Now, this is also called a deadlift. Okay, but I like the word hip hinge, yeah? Weighted hip hinge. Now what you should feel if I turn directly on is that the glutes engage, okay, and the hamstrings activate. We've also got lots of work in our back. So my back and my spinal extensors, we were working on the mat, are working hard here. We've got a bit more load. So this is our first part of the exercise, okay? You know, do this in front of a mirror, practice. What we want to make sure is that the hips are going back and the hips are going forward, and the spine will naturally stay in that long line if you focus on the hips back, hips forward. So second part of the exercise, we're going to bring our weights to our shoulders, and you're going to give me a basic squat. So we're going to bend our knees and do a nice squat and stand up nice and tall. If I turn this way, you can see squat and lift, okay? Now, if you don't have weights, you can do this with body weights as well. So don't feel like you have to. If you feel like this is too much, choose what feels right for you. The goal of this is that these are progressions of the exercises we did in week 1 to kind of see where we're at. Okay, last one here. Beautiful, then bring those weights down. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a combination of those 2 exercises. So we're going to do 1 hip hinge, soft knees, slide the weights down the front of the thighs as long as you can keep your spine straight, stand up tall. Weights to the shoulders, sit into a squat. Stand up tall, hands to the thighs, hip hinge, stand up tall, weights on the shoulders, and down. Nice, guys, we've got 4 more there. Hands to thighs, sliding down, hip hinge forward, weights to shoulders, little bicep and shoulder there, squat and lift. Nice, guys. 3 more here, we hip hinge. Now the goal here is that we can keep fluidity, movement, and control, okay? Now, remember, everybody's squat's gonna look different. Everybody's range of motion is gonna be different, so don't worry about what I'm doing, okay? Focus on what feels good for your body, okay? Making sure we've got that lovely technique, yeah? Last one here, hip hinge forward. Beautiful long spine. As we stand up, we're tall. We transfer those weights in. We keep our spine long, our chest lifted as we squat as low as we can. Stand up tall and place those weights down. Now you're more than welcome to do a few more of those if you like. But I'm going to pop my weights down. And we're going to move into our impact exercise. Now, impact is, of course, that scary thing, but we've done lots and lots of work on it. So today it's going to be super quick. We're going to be doing a heel drop rebound. So we're going to be lifting up onto those heels, dropping down and lifting up. Drop, 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 drop. So this is the first one. How easy is this? Now you'll notice that I'm keeping my legs relatively straight. This increases the load and impact that I can get, okay? But if you find it's too much, remember you can bend the knees, okay? We're going to do 5 more of these. Really hammering in. That's why we did those weights before. Really make sure we're working, okay? Last one here, give those legs a little shake. Now from there, we're gonna do our little mini jump, okay? So, bending the knees, coming up high and drop. Up and drop. Up and drop. If it doesn't feel good, back to the other version. We're gonna do 10 of these all together, nice and quick. Here we go. Finding that beautiful landing position, power up, down. Now, as I'm bending my knees, I'm really imagine pressing my weight through the floor. Whoom, and I want you to make lots of noise. I'm bothering my neighbours right now. You can too. Good, 5 more, 5. If I'm going too fast, do it at your own pace. 3, 2, last one, and relax. Shake off those legs. So there we go, guys. Quick, fast little impact we can do at home. Let us finish with our final spice principle, right? We've done impact, we've done posture, we've done core. Let's do balance, equilibrium. So, starting with your right foot forward, your left foot back. My back heel is lifted. That's important because it gets my weight in the right position. All I want you to do is transfer your weight forward and back. Forward and back. Now remember, I've got a wall here. So anytime I need help, I can put my hand on that wall, and I want you to do the same. Use a balance aid, whether it be a chair, a wall, whatever it is, something that you can hold on to if you're not sure. Now on this last one, you're going to hold it with that weight shifted forward, and you're going to take that leg off, and you're going to find a little balance. You're going to hold it here, you're going to put your foot down, and you're going to transfer back, okay? And we go again. Shift the weight forward, lift the leg, lower the leg, come back down. One more time like that. Shift the weight forward. Find that balance. Lower that leg and come back down. Amazing. If that felt hard enough, stay where you are. If you want to level up, this is where we go, okay? We shift our weight forward. We lift our leg off. Now, I'm hip hinging. So I'm going to bring my leg up and my body down. Keeping a bend in my knee, I go as low as I feel comfortable. I then lower my leg and lift my chest at the same time. Ball of the foot touches down and I shift my weight back. We're going to do that twice more, okay? Take your time. Shift your weight forward. Slower, the harder it is. Lift the leg off first. Make sure you've got your balance. Now remember, it's like a seesaw. My body and my leg work in tandem. I maintain that position of my bottom leg. If you can't go this low, it doesn't matter. But as soon as I lower my leg, I lift my chest. Right? And then I shift back. Last one here. This is also a lot of loading for the hips. So not only are we working balance, we're working strength too. Shift forward. Take that leg off. Make sure you feel stable here. Then remember, like a seesaw, right? Leg and body work together. Hold it. Slowly lower the leg, lift the chest. Stand up tall. Give that leg a little shake. We better do the other side. So here we go. Other leg forward. Make sure on the ball of the back foot. Just shift your weight forward and back. Now we've kind of talked about it in the balance class, but being able to transfer your weight comfortably is a skill that we need to apply through day to day. So even though this is like a very sort of micro concentrated exercise, it applies to daily life. Now on this next one, once you feel comfortable with that weight shifted forward, take that single leg balance. Just hold it a second. Make sure you feel comfortable there, then lower the leg and come back down. We're going to do that twice more. Shifting forward, find your balance. Finding a point in front of you to look at, not too low because that brings our center of gravity down, slightly in front of you in that eye line is really going to help you in this situation, right? Last one here, shifting forward, lifting that leg up, finding that point of focus, right? That really helps our balance system to work, right? Because our eyes, our visual system are focused on one point, our proprioception can work harder. Last one here, we're going to add in the hip hinge. Last one? No. This is the first of those hip hinges, so here we go. Hands on those hips. Shifting the weight forward, take the leg off. Now, keeping your eyes fixed on that point as the leg comes up, the body goes down. My knee is in that soft bend, right? I'm not locking it out, I'm bending it so that I contract the glute, support the hip, and come back up. Two more like that, guys. You got it. Come on, strong. One side is always going to feel a little bit shaky compared to the other. So really take your time. Seesaw. As my body lifts, my leg lowers, I make contact with the floor with that foot, shift that weight back. Final one here, best one ever. Here we go, going. Shifting that weight forward, lifting that leg, hinging from those hips, sitting up nice and tall, and relax. Now, give yourself the biggest pat on the back ever. A massive congratulations to finishing the 12-week challenge. This 12-week challenge is yours forever. It's on YouTube for you to enjoy, for you to rewatch and keep going. So please use these videos as much as possible. And if you want to join me for classes on the mat, I have regular Zoom classes. You can check out my website and the link in my bio. And I look forward to keeping moving with you on your bone health journey.